Good morning. Today we will start with the engine emissions and their control. The topic which we start today is modern evaporative emission control system. A modern evaporative emission control system is shown in figure here downward. The fuel tank is fitted to the vapor line separator, which is in the form of a chamber on the fuel tank. Vapor from the fuel tank goes to the top of the separator, where the liquid gasoline is separated and sent back to the fuel tank through the fuel return pipe. So this is layout of vapor recovery system. This is your fuel tank here. So this pipe will go to a vapor liquid separator, which will separate liquid and vapor. The liquid will send back to the fuel tank, and vapor will go in this line. Vapor from the fuel tank goes to the top of the separator, where liquid gasoline is separated and sent back to the fuel tank through the fuel return pipe. A vent valve or a vent hole is provided for the carburetor for the flow of fuel vapors. So this is your carburetor. So there is a vent valve, so from which the vapors will go, and they will also go to this charcoal carbon canister, which we'll discuss in coming video. This vent hole is connected by a tube to the canister. Fuel vapors from float chamber flow through the vent hole, this vent hole, and the tube to the canister, from this tube to this canister. The canister absorbs the fuel vapors and stores them. So this canister will absorb these fuel vapors and store them. Absorption refers to the process of trapping of the gasoline vapors by activating charcoal. So charcoal has a special property. It can absorb the gas, or it can absorb the vapors. Particles filled inside the canister. Vapor laden air from both the fuel tank and the carburetor passes through the canister. So these both lines will pass through this canister, and hydrocarbons are left in canister due to the process of absorption. So there is an absorption process in this canister, and whatever the vapors we have, they are left in the canister, and air will leave from the canister into the atmosphere. When an engine is started, the inlet manifold sucks fresh air through the canister. So when your engine will start, this is connected to the inlet manifold, so fresh air will be taken. The fresh air purges the gasoline vapors from the canister. Now this canister is subjected to some suction here by the engine. What will happen due to this vacuum created by engine and low pressure? This canister will release the vapors and they will go to the engine. So this process is called purging. The fresh air purges the gasoline vapor from the canister. Purging is a process by which gasoline vapors are removed from charcoal particles inside the canister. The air carries the hydrocarbons through the purge control solenoid valve to the engine induction system. The purge control solenoid valve is controlled by an electronic control module, ECM. This is your purge control valve. So when this valve is open, whatever the vapors here, they will go into the engine. So next we'll discuss charcoal canister. This charcoal canister which we had used here to absorb the vapors. A charcoal canister used for trapping gasoline vapors is shown in figure. You can see this is your charcoal canister here. So there are two lines here. One is vapor from fuel tank. This line, this will come from the fuel tank here, this line. And second line is which will come from the carburetor. You can see here, this line comes from the carburetor, vapor from the carburetor chamber. And the third line which will go to the purging, which will go to the, you can say, used for the purging. So what will happen? The fuel vapor will come and they will absorb by this charcoal here. You can see this is your canister body and this is your charcoal here. Downward is your filter, and this is your grid, and from this filter air can come from the outside, and this air will go and it will just take all the vapors which it is carrying through the purging line. Fuel vapors from the float chamber of the carburetor entering the canister through the left end passage. Fuel vapors from the fuel tank enters through the mid passages into the canister. The flow of these vapors is shown by arrows pointing downward. When the engine is not running, the fuel vapors flow into in this manner. The fuel vapors are absorbed by the charcoal particles present in canister. When the engine runs, air reaches the charcoal canister due to the suction provided by the engine. This air carries away the hydrocarbons in the fuel vapors to the engine manifold. This purging action is shown at the right end of the charcoal canister by arrows pointing upward. So this is your purging action here. Now we'll discuss crankcase blow-by. The blow-by is phenomena of leakage past the piston and piston rings from the cylinder to the crankcase. The blow-by hydrocarbon emissions are about 20% of the total hydrocarbon emission from the engine. This is increased to 35% if the rings are worn out, means if the engine is old, the blow-by will increase. The blow-by rate is greatly affected by the top land clearance and the position of the top ring, because some of quenched gas is recycled into the combustion chamber, and the ability of this to burn will depend on nearest of the spark plug and the flame speed. So there are different methods to control blow-by. The basic principle of all type of crankcase blow-by control is recirculation of vapors back to the intake air cleaner. There are a large number of different type system used. So we will discuss in 14.16. Shows a typical closed or positive crankcase ventilation system. In a positive crankcase ventilation system, the draft tube is shown in 14.17. So this is a positive crankcase ventilation system without the draft tube. This is blow-by path without a positive crankcase ventilation, and you can see this is the draft tube which will work on Venturi effect when the gases will go from here to here. Although the outside pressure is 1 atmosphere, but due to the size of this tube, the suction will be created and the fluid will itself will move out of this tube, which is called Venturi effect. Draft tube we also use in turbines. You can understand more about the draft tube. The blow-by gases are consequently recirculated into the combustion chamber, where they are burned along with fresh incoming air fuel. Since the blow-by handling devices place the crankcase under a slight vacuum, they quickly become known as positive crankcase ventilation system. So intake manifold return PCV system, open type, we will discuss first. Shows the intake manifold return positive crankcase ventilation or open type system. This is about this figure 14.16a. Here you can see this is open type. So this we'll discuss it. It has a tube leading from the crankcase or else the rocker arm cover through a flow control valve and into the intake manifold, usually through an opening just below the carburetor. You can say this is your valve cover and this is your control valve. So whatever the gases in the crankcase, they will go in this cylinder head, and from here this control valve, they will go recirculated back into the you can say inlet. To provide proper ventilation of the interior of the engine, fresh air is usually drawn in through a rocker arm cover opposite that containing the PCV system. You can say from here, this is your fresh air will come from here through the cover of rocker arm. There is another type of system, the closed PCV system, which is shown in 14.16b. This is your closed PCV system because here this rocker arm is connected with this your air filter, and the fresh air will can come from this side. Has a tube connected between the oil fill cap. The closed PCV system has a tube connected between the oil fill cap and the air cleaner. Both open and closed system function in the same manner as long as PCV valve remains unplugged. If the PCV valve plugs using an open system, the blow-by gases exhaust out of the oil fill tube cap and into the atmosphere. With the positive you can say PCV valve plugged, it is no longer possible for fresh air crankcase ventilation to occur. So you can see in this first case, you have intake air, that is intake air coming from this side, and blow-by gases are represented this arrow, and they will go and they can go back into the intake system. In the second case, you have this intake air come from this side, and this is your blow by gases. They will go to this side and reroute back into the inlet, while backflow gases, which can some amount of gases can backflow beside this here, and they will go and they will again re-enter into the recirculated. So in closed PCV system, if PCV valve is plugged, the blow by is rerouted through the tube to the air cleaner and subsequently into the air horn of the carburetor. Means this valve will work. So what will happen? Whatever the gases will go into here, and after that they will rerouted back into here, and there is no possible escape of blow by into the atmosphere. So whatever the gases they want to escape into the atmosphere, they will remain within the engine. Even with 100% PCV valve plugging, again the PCV valve plugged, fresh air ventilation cannot take place. The closed system, however, requires the engine to digest all blow by developed regardless of the mechanical condition of PCV system. It means that if this is in closed system, there is no escape of blow by gases. So whatever the gases, blow by gases, they will be digested by engine itself. So the PCV valve located between the crankcase and intake manifold controls the flow rate of blow by gas and fresh charge mixture going into the intake manifold below the carburetor. If there is no crankcase ventilation, the blow by will be passed on to the atmosphere as per the part shown in 14.17. If you can say if there is no, you can say there is another method, that is your gases can be passed directly to the environment. If the PCV valve arrangement is not here, so then the gases will go directly to the atmosphere. So figure 14.18 shows the two positions of PCV valve, positive crankcase ventilation valve. The design of the valve is such that at high speed and low power, a low manifold vacuum, the valve opens and allows a free flow of blow by gases to intake system. This is consistent with the high quality of blow by gas which has to be transferred to the carburetor high speeds. The valve restricts the flow at high manifold vacuum as the corresponding blow by gas is in small quantity. The air drawn for the ventilation of blow by gas has very small tolerance. A small amount of air will not be affect any circulation, and too much air will lift the lubricating oil. So if the amount of air will increase, if this amount of air is more, then it can lift the lubricant oil also. So this is not desirable. So that's why this valve will control, this control valve will control how much amount of low gas will have to pass. So if too much ventilation and too much air will come into here, it will carry this oil with this, and the oil can be escaped from this oil pan. So this control valve will control all this. So control valve is controlled here. So two positions of PCV control valve are shown. One is at idle, another is at cruise. You can see at the idle position, you can say we will discuss here. At idle condition, this valve is closed and there is a small amount of space beside the valve. While on the cruise speed, this valve is fully open. So crankcase from crankcase side, this is on from crankcase side, and this is the intake manifold. At cruise speed is fully open, so the flow rate is larger as compared to this idle case. The carburetor deposits on the blow by gas metering valve will significantly affect the performance of the carburetor. So high grade motor oil has to be used in the closed ventilation system. So this is all about your intake manifold return positive crankcase ventilation system. So this we had discussed two types of ventilation system here. One with the closed, this is your fully closed ventilation system, positive crankcase ventilation system. Another with the which is open, which is direct blow by path without positive crankcase ventilation and direct to the atmosphere. So like this video, subscribe my channel, and thank you for watching this video. For your comment section, you can give any suggestion at the below. Thank you.